Hello. Good morning. How's it going? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome. Welcome to the JCH Christmas. Ask me anything. Christmas. it's here, isn't it? It's Christmas time. How's it going, everybody? Long time no see. Yeah. Well, long time no see. It's been a week. But yeah, Christmas time's here, so great. I got these. I'm pretty stoked on these. You probably saw them last time, but I'm still pretty stoked on them. Thanks, Eugene. Let's see. Wrist check. Had to put my watch back on. Okay, right. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. Phone's doing funny things. Don't do that. Right, okay, how's it going? Long time. Happy Christmas, everyone. Well, happy holidays, anyway. I thought I'd say hi. Just a quick one before Christmas, before we take a break. I hope everybody's having a nice time. Hope the world isn't too terrible for you. I hope you're spreading joy and cheer and all of those nice things towards one another. I'm going to answer some questions for you. If you've got questions for me, and you know how this goes, this is a JCH Ask Me Anything, right? So ask me anything, including Christmas stuff. Ask me Christmas stuff. Pretty happy to hear that, you know. What I do for Christmas, I don't know, you know. So let's see. Let's have a look. Here we go. Got any 24mm f2 MS optics laying around? I want one. I don't. I've asked him. I have asked him. In fact, I have practically begged him to make some more, and he said because he's quite old now, and he makes what he wants to make when he wants to make it, and I don't really get much say in it. So there you go. Oh, and I've also got some pretty cool cameras to show you as well while I'm at it. So no, sorry, you can't request to join my live. I don't know who you are. Right, Sean McFarland. Merry Christmas. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too, mate. I hope you have a really good one. I hope you get something nice in your Santa stocking. I know Santa's sack is bulging with lovely things for you. Day 325 of demanding films that cannot be named. Yeah, because I'll get sued if I name them, right? Yeah, I can't name it, and I can't name the company that did it, but it sounds like a famous mountain, which is actually a volcano and is going to go off and wipe out Tokyo sooner or later. But anyway, I can't mention that one. So still waiting on my roll light. 35 ordered within the first few minutes of public sales. I know that they're having, I know that they're, desperately trying to catch up and keep up with demand, because the demand was massive, absolutely massive. Even if you ordered within the first few minutes, it seems like it's been a real smash for them. And I'm really so happy for Mint and Gary and all the people there, because they're such great people and they do such great things. So congrats to all of them. If you haven't had a look at the Roll i35AF yet, you really should. Go and check it out. I've written about it on the site. I've done little videos on it and stuff. So yeah, it's a great camera. I'm really enjoying mine. It does have its quirks, but then again, most cameras do. It takes a while to get things ironed out, especially with something that's brand new, something that's new to the market. They haven't had this years of building on a model that they worked on like Leicas did, So, morning, Frantabina. Good morning to you. That's a ready hoodie. Yeah, that's a rad hoodie. Right, so yeah, check this out. This is the old hoodie. Right, this is the old hoodie, which we had made by Teespring, or Spring as they now call themselves, since they got bought out by a bunch of venture capitalists, and the quality went to shit, basically. Not happy with the quality at all. So I have actually moved over. This one came when they were still good, but nowadays it seems like the quality is not so good. So I have actually moved to a new merch shop now, which is called Fourth Wall, and I'll chuck a link to it in the YouTube and elsewhere. You know, I'll chuck a link to it. There is a link to it on the site as well. And if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, JCH newsletter, which we do have, I have a newsletter. So you can sign up to the newsletter, and there's a link in there for the Fourth Wall, and they are way better. In fact, this one, I'm waiting for my one because I've ordered one. This one is going to be embroidered. So that'll be sick. Yeah, that'll be really, really nice. Because if I want to buy a hoodie, if I want to spend like $40 or whatever, $50 or whatever it is on a hoodie, I want it to last. I don't want this to wash off after like 5 washes and stuff. I want the hoodie to last, you know, or any clothes, because, you know, I'm cheap. I don't like buying clothes. So there you go. Right. Question. Heading to Japan next month. I want to buy a Gemba Kantoku. Any tips to be aware of? I mean, it's an indestructible camera. It's not indestructible, but they're very tough cameras, right? And they're cheap. So you're not going to be spending a whole ton of money. You can find them in quite a few of the camera shops. Just look for one that isn't covered in bits of concrete and paint and stuff. Though that could be kind of cool. You know, just check that it works. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, don't buy it. And if it works and then it stops working, it's not the end of the world, because it's probably only cost you like less than $100. So can't really argue with that. Great camera. Good morning, Expan Japan. Hey man, how you doing? I hope you are well. I wonder where you are now. Are you in Japan or where else? Are you still making a compact film camera? Adrian Fear. So, no. That project ended quite a while ago, in fact. I planned to, and I went through all of the research. I spoke to lens manufacturers, and I spoke to camera manufacturers, and I spoke to all kinds of companies and designers and engineers, and I very quickly realized that I needed a whole lot more money than I thought was actually what it would take to make a camera. It was closer to millions of dollars, and I realized that I just wouldn't be able to do it. So, you know, nobody was going to invest in me to do it. I'm not big enough. I'm not famous enough. I'm just some guy who likes cameras a lot. But that's not enough to convince somebody to give me a couple of $1 million. That seems to work in America, because, you know, some venture capital stuff is just insane. Like, anyway, I digress. But yeah, nobody was going to hand me a whole bunch of money to make a camera that they weren't sure of. Whereas people like Mint actually had the means and the expertise to do something like this. And Gary actually said he gave me this camera. He gave me this camera with a lovely note to say it was me suggesting that a camera should be made that had inspired him to make this camera, which was, well, it was wonderful. That's a really nice thing to say, and it was really heartwarming. So at least I had some kind of influence, you know. So yeah, that camera project never actually went through. There's a roll of Phoenix, Harman Phoenix, which finished. If you haven't shot some Harman Phoenix, go and shoot some Harman Phoenix. This stuff is great. I really enjoyed it. People say it's a bit weird, but I think that's kind of the appeal. I like that. I find it kind of cool. So, let's see. That was meant to hurt you. This was meant to hurt you. What a username. Wow, cool, dude. Can we have a JCH soccer jersey? Hello, original JCH packaging style, split half and half, red and black. Well, you could, but I don't play soccer. I don't watch soccer. Well, it's not soccer, it's football. Football. We call it football in the rest of the world. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the footy. I don't really give a crap. People ask me, what's my what team do I support, and I don't at all. Never have done. When I was in school, I was into cricket and hockey and rugby, and that was it. I wasn't into football, so that's why I made a cycling jersey, because I like cycling more than I like football. But yeah, Yeah, I mean, I'll think about it. I'll think about it if they offer one, because I'm limited in what I can offer because of the way the manufacturing process and all this works. Because I'm not sure if everybody knows, but most people like myself use proxy services now. So we use a thing like Fourth Wall, and they supply all of the shirts and they supply all of the stuff, and you just basically do the designs and choose where you want and how you want the designs on these things. They make them, they ship them, and that's it. Your job, you as a creator, your job is to design them and promote them. So yeah, I can't just walk in and say, "Oh, I want a football shirt." Unfortunately. But yeah, thanks for the idea though. I'll give it some thought. Adrian Fear, Merry Christmas, by the way. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you too. Or whatever you may celebrate if you're watching. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. Have a good time. It's a time for cheer and family and self-reflection and all of these sorts of things. And giving as well. I think that's important, giving. It's a time for giving to people perhaps less fortunate, because there's a lot of, not great stuff going on in the world, and it would be nice to spread some love and share share what you've got with people who are less fortunate. So, the ocular aficionado. Sorry, I'm mildly dyslexic and I get really tripped up on names. Love Japan and all of the places you have recommended. Last time went there the most. Yeah, thank you. If you haven't been to Japan, or if you are coming to Japan, there is a guide on my site that will tell you some of the best camera shops. Not all of them, because I haven't updated it for a while and there's different ones now. But the camera shops to come to, the main ones in Japan. So definitely check that out. It's really useful. And if you want a personalized tour, you can hit me up again through the site, and I will. I offer personalized tours of camera stores, but not just camera stores, watch stores, toy stores, kind of everything, because I'm a bit of a nerd for all of this stuff. Hey, if you want to go to bike stores, I'll take you there. They're a bit out of the way, but I'll take you there. I will do tours, and I'll give you a bit of the insider knowledge and a bit of historical knowledge and stuff that I've picked up over the last 20 years in Japan, so, and maybe you can get a lot of my customers have managed to pick up really nice cameras and lenses and things like that and watches while they've been on the tour. So, definitely hit me up if you're coming. And I always love meeting new people as well and walking around it. It's always a great time. So check that out. Looking for first medium format camera to shoot handheld mostly. What do you like? Not monster photography. Right. Medium format wise, handheld. There's not a lot unless you start talking about some of the folder cameras, the older stuff, which is more compact. Medium format wise, Mamiya, I don't have one right in front of me. Hold on. Excuse me. Right. This is a great camera. Fairly handheld. The Mamiya 6. And its bigger brother or sister, Mamiya 7 and the Mamiya 7 II. There's nothing that you could really call handheld. Perhaps the GS645 from Fujifilm. But that is quite a fragile camera. It's one that I don't generally recommend unless you can absolutely guarantee that it's in good quality and it's working. There's also, again, not really handheld though, Plowbell Machina 6.7, or this is the W6.7. But again, it's not compact, but it's as good as you're going to get. And this one is as good as you're going to get. It's got an incredible lens and it's just an incredible machine. This one's on the site. It's available now if you want it. I'll put that back in there. Make sure it stays in its nice environment. Though that one's getting a bit dry at the moment, so I'm going to have to do something about that. Okay. Now, this was meant to hurt you. Real question. Now that Street Pan is winding down, yes, winding down, do you have any solid alternatives you could suggest? I've heard a few like Rolleify I've had before, but hard to trust without good sources. Hard to say. I don't know, because you know, I've fallen back on. I stopped making street pan because it was too expensive, and I don't want people to pay that much for a roll of black and white film. I don't think that's right. Black and white film should be cheap. It always was cheap. It was the film that you used when you were a student because you couldn't afford anything else, and it should be cheap. So I don't feel like I want to, you know, say buy this and this film, which is still, you know, $20 a roll for black and white, which is nuts, you know. I've so far been fairly impressed by what I've heard. I haven't finished shooting my roll of what I've heard of this Lucky film, the 100, but I'm waiting for my results back on that one because I haven't finished my roll, so we'll see. But I don't think there's much that is all that close to street pan. I know some pretenders tried to make some films that they claimed were very similar, but they weren't. So yeah, I'm also looking for an alternative supply for street pan, and going to see how that goes. I really liked the way it was, and I liked the punchiness of the black, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to make a film that, one, I lose a whole bunch of money on because I wasn't making any money on it, and two, that costs people too much. It's just not fair. So at the moment, shoot some Acros, shoot some HP5, and wait and see. There'll be something. I'm sure there will. And the follow-up to this one, I genuinely have such feelings over this. I think some of the best black and white I've ever done consistently with the exact look and emotion I personally feel was street pan. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really happy to hear that. Chicago was perfect with it. Oh man, yeah, I'd love to see some of your pictures. And if you feel like sharing some of your pictures, you know, that would be really cool. So, but yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that because it's really nice to hear that street pan was shot all over the world. And I've seen images from all over the world, you know, which is, yeah, never thought little old me would do something like that. So it's kind of fun. Nice feeling. Thank you. Brooks Brothers Enjoyer. Whoa, bougie. So, what do you think is the best low contrast lenses for Leica? I'm asking because I've started darkroom printing. Contrast is hard to handle when printing. Ooh, low contrast. I mean, it depends on what film more than the lens, I think, than you know what film you're shooting with. Low contrast lenses, perhaps you're looking at some of the older ones like the Sumars and the Sumitars and Sumarits, which are less, you know, different coatings, older, softer coatings, which were less harsh. You'll find that some of the newer lenses, I shot the 50 Apo, it was too sharp, it was too contrasty, the rendering was too good. I didn't like it. On film, it didn't work at all. You know, I didn't feel like it worked at all. So yeah, maybe look at some of the older Leica lenses. One of my favorites, an older Summicron. I love these, the collapsible Summicrons, and the Elmars as well. Do I have a Summeron? I really like the Summeron. I don't have one at the moment. No, I do. There is one in there somewhere. I just can't be bothered to dig it out. I'm going to have to go through everything to find it. Oh, there it is. No. I found it. Hey, we found it. Oh. Here we go. This is a Summeron. And this is, 35, 2.8. Older type, different coating. I love this lens. Absolutely love this lens. I would say that's one of my favourite Leica lenses. So, but yes, it also does really depend on the situation you're shooting in and the film you're shooting with as well. So, totally missed the compact camera idea. Thank God you didn't pull a Film Never Die and hide behind Faith. I wouldn't do that. Never. Because I have a shred of integrity. Only a shred. But no. In fact, I was very, very adamant about calling them out about that absolute bullshit that camera was. And not only that, self-funding your own Kickstarter and then hiding behind Christian Faith and sending me fake cease and desist letters. Are you joking, man? What you know, scamming people. I get people scam people, and they're shitty people for doing that. But hiding behind your faith to do it, oh man, nah, that's something else. That's so hypocritical. It's unreal. I can't have not a shred of respect for you for that. So there you go. Hey, Christopher. Wait, what's up? Hi from San Francisco. Hey, man. Hey, San Francisco. I miss you. I'd like to come back sometime. The idea was to come in the new year to promote my book. Hold on. My book. In case you haven't heard, I wrote a book. This is my book, Film Camera Zen. It's doing quite well on Amazon as well. We had a first place or something at one point, but I don't think that's lasted now. But it did quite well, or it's been doing quite well on Amazon. So if you haven't got my book, do go and get a copy. But yes, I was planning to come, or I am still hoping to come to the States to do some kind of book tour in the new year. But that is entirely dependent on the next administration and how things go in the next few months, because I think the world's going to be a bit skew-if and a bit funny for the next few months. People are going to be a bit, ooh, don't know what's going on. So, Expan Japan, a watch question for you. Ooh, I like watch questions. What are your thoughts on the Grand Seiko? Still in Kansai, by the way. Grand Seiko, absolutely love them. Love them. Yeah, in fact, I would say if I could afford another watch right now, which I can't, my next watch would be a Grand Seiko. Yeah. The work quality, the workmanship on them is incredible. They trained some of the staff at Dufour in Switzerland, and they've brought back techniques. They really are beautiful watches. They're very well made. They're very well balanced in terms of looks. You can get, and they've got a whole range as well, so you don't have to go straight into buying a $15,000 watch. You can start with a quartz Grand Seiko, which is a couple of $1,000 and sort of move up. Seiko makes some fantastic watches, and the whole Grand Seiko line, there's a couple of them that I really want. The snowflake dial, and there was this Japan Urushi blue dial as well, which is gorgeous. God, love one of those. Absolutely love one of those. One day, if I did buy another watch now, but I have no plans to because I have children. But if I did buy a watch now, it would be a Grand Seiko. So there you go. That's my feeling on Grand Seiko. So you make cycling hats. So I did make cycling hats. I made them briefly, but they were a pain to make. Absolute pain in the arse to make. Took ages to get them, and then when we got them, people couldn't make their minds up about the size, and so we only made a really small amount of them. There was no money in it. It was just kind of a bit of fun. And at the end of the day, this is a business. I have a business to run, so I do need to actually make money. The fun and games are great, but I do actually need to make some cash sometimes. One day, if I can find a decent supplier, because I don't like the synthetic hats. I like the old style, the all cotton hats, Mampe and all of this sort of stuff, and the 711s and the Colnagos and all of that sort of stuff. I love those cotton style hats. If I could find a cotton hat manufacturer, I'd do it. Psh, no deal. No way. I'd just be straight on it. I'm late, but is that Fujica 6x9? Yeah, I was going to get to that. Don't worry, you're not late. So here I have a couple of cameras I wanted to show you because I'm like that. These are actually both sold. These were available on the site and they sold. They've gone, but they're on. So they're waiting to go to their new homes until after Christmas, because they don't want to get caught up in the, massive just onslaught of shipments that comes during Christmas. I heard an interesting thing the other day, just sort of segueing a little bit, but I had a chat with a DHL rep, and he told us that China ships more packages in one day than Japan ships in an entire month. right? And that's just from all of these new fast shipping companies, the drop shipping, the Temus, the Alibabas, and all of this, and the Shanes, and the fast fashion, and all of this stuff. It's ridiculous, the rate. And I have had a couple of customers say there's been hold-ups on their packages because of, you know, the delivery companies this time of year just can't cope, right? So, you know, I've been saying to my customers, cool, buy something, I'll hold it for you, I'll ship it to you when it's ready. When you're ready, you just let me know, and that's fine, we do that. So yes, anyway, I digress. Here you go. This is a GW692 and it's beautiful. This one's got a yellow filter on it. Absolutely gorgeous, huge. The Texas Leica, I mean, it's just a whopper of a camera. I can't even get close enough. Minimum focus is 1 meter. There we go. Yeah, and lovely. But right next to it, I've got its granddaddy. This is the Fujica, the G690 now. The interesting thing about this one is that this one came with interchangeable lenses. How's about that? This one actually came as a set, got the rest of the lenses over there and the finder. Again, beautiful camera, but big, heavy. This is a tough camera. Made in Japan by Fuji Photo Film Company Limited. Hey, how's about them apples? Back when Fuji weren't dicks. This one's made by Fuji Photo Film Co. Limited as well, with the modern logo. Back when Fuji actually did good things, you know, instead of trying to sue me. Right, but yeah, so there you go. I wanted to show you these because they're beautiful and I think they're lovely, and they have sold, but we are going to be getting more in, or I am going to be getting more in. If you are looking for something like that, drop me a line or come and check out the site because these were on there and you missed them. Too slow. So, Adrian Fear, yes, sad to hear as it sounded very exciting, but that does sound like an incredibly hard hill to climb. Hope you can try in the future. Good luck with your current projects. Been following since uni. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, these projects, I was really naive, I think, and I went into them thinking, oh, it can't be that hard to make a camera. It can't be that hard to make a film. Whew. Yeah, it can, and it costs a lot of money too. The film that shall not be named, which I tried to make, cost me so much that I'm still paying for it, even though we never actually released a product. You know, it left me in debt. It cost me that much. It really did. It was brutal, and I'm sad because we were so close to completion. It was there. It was right there, and couldn't make it, you know. So yeah, sore point, bit of a sticking point, but I know we did something right, and I know we were going in the right direction. And not only that, I know that it spurred other companies to do cool things, okay, to make film, like Lucky and all of these other companies that are making film, and like Mint and all of these companies that are making cameras. You know, it pushed the market, and it showed things could perhaps be done by entities much bigger than myself, which is a cool thing. I think that's maybe a right thing to do. Oh, I should switch that on. There we go. So yeah, I don't see it as a loss. I see it as a kind of semi-win. So, any info on the film Ferrani are stopping production? My cameras are sad now. Yeah, okay, interestingly, I have spoken to Film Ferrania in recent times. So I can't go into a lot of detail because there are certain legal things that come into it, and you know, I really don't want to get any more legal letters through the mail. I'm kind of over them now. So what happened was, from what I understand, that certain entities within Film Ferrania drained the coffers and left the main people at Ferrania with not much money, and so they've had to go back and start from scratch. They got rid of a whole bunch of people. I know that Silvio, I spoke to Silvio, and he's working really hard to keep film production going within Ferrania. They've been trying to get government state assistance, from what I understand. I'm not sure the exact details of that. They are trying to sell their film, but they're hampered by funding, basically. And I can understand that, because the world has become a lot different since 2016, and the cost of raw materials now is ridiculous, and the exchange rates on currencies are nuts. So, and this is one of the reasons why I had to stop Street Pan as well, because the exchange rate on the yen versus the euro and dollar is absurd, and I was getting, having to pay stuff in yen, and it was just killing me. So, there we go. Video froze. Is it just me? Hasn't frozen. There's no audio. Are you serious? There's no audio. I don't know. Turn it up. There we go. I can hear it. Yeah. Audio for me. Working for me. If I turn this up, I can hear it. So, if not, drop out and try dropping back in again. Hold on. I think that might be the door. Hold on. Hi. Oh. So, it's Christmas time, and in Japan, well, it's holiday time, and in Japan, that means businesses give each other gifts. And one of my businesses that I deal with, a lovely, lovely company that I deal with, just sent me some roast beef. Roast beef. Woohoo! Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I'll have to put that in the fridge later on. Lovely jubbly. Do you think that inflation of film cameras and film itself is going to go down anytime soon? For certain cameras, yes. For film, I'm not sure, because, historically, I'm not an economist. I wish I was. I'd probably be a lot better off than I am now. But what the trend seems to be, the prices for everything goes up, they never go down. And it's always been that way. Prices have just gone up and up and up and up and up for everything. Film, ice cream, and then you have shrinkflation, so you get smaller chocolate bars, you get smaller whatever, and then, and Fujifilm did it with their 27 shot rolls and stuff, you get smaller, and you pay more. So I can't see the prices of stuff going down, any of it, really, in the future, unless it was broken. That's it. Forget it was me. That's okay, no worries. I got worried for a minute. I thought, oh no, have I messed up the Instagram feed again? Because I'm really good at that. Last time I forgot to film the YouTube's video. Hold on, I'm just going to check that I am actually doing that this time. Yeah, there we go. It seems to be working. Yeah, there. Oh, woo. Yeah, last time I forgot to do the YouTube one as well. And yeah, I'm not tech minded, sorry. So, Sean McFarland, photography. Researching Mamias. Do you know of a good website to find info on serial numbers? I don't believe there is one. Because as far as I know, Mamiya never released serial numbers. And this is the same for a lot of the Japanese camera manufacturers. Nikon did, and there is a good resource, really good resource, photosynthesis.co.nz. And he has the Nikon lens serial numbers. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant website. It's a fantastic resource. And there's the RAW one as well, the RAW files. But a lot of them never released. The Canon, you can't, it's hard to find serial numbers for the bodies. Mamiya, Fujifilm, I don't think any info was released about those. So I think you're going to have a hard time finding any info on those, unfortunately. Sorry about that one. Another cool product idea, that was meant to hurt you. This was meant to hurt you. Another cool product idea I'm dying to find and avoid making something horrible quality myself. Yeah, a camera strap like the one on your MP, I think. That was a mini film, right, with the mini film bandolier attached to hold 2 to 3 rolls. So that's similar to something I did when I made the Owner bag. Owner and I did a JCH bag, and we had the strap had a bandolier on it to hold 3 rolls of film. That was one of the design tips that I was really insistent on. The strap that I had on my MP, which was a paracord strap, I would say to anyone now, Do not buy that. Do not go near that website or that company, because it turns out it's been bought by somebody else and it is a scam now, and they are selling stuff and not shipping it, and they're selling people's credit card details. So avoid that website like the plague. I have not been able to get them to, I have not even been able to get in touch with them. So I can't even get them to remove the listing with my name on it. Incredibly frustrating. I liked the strap, but you know, another case of one of these companies I did a collaboration with, and they just don't pay you. They just, you know, you do all the work, you promote it, you get the sales in for them, and then they just go, haven't got any money, or just ghost you, and they don't pay you. And it happens way too often. You know, unfortunately, I'm not Timothée Chalamet or whatever, so I don't get these kind of, you know, collaboration deals where they just give you 200 grand straight up. No. Unfortunately, people like me end up getting the sharp end of the stick, it seems like. Picked up your book and really enjoying it. Might have to take you up on the bike shop tours. Any camera fairs in March next year? So camera fairs aren't in March. G-Shock heard that they are. The next camera fair will be in February. So you'll just miss it, unfortunately. But there's still plenty of places to go see. Lots of good camera shops. The bike shop one is a bit harder because we'd have to go. There's a couple of really good bike shops, but they're out of the way. So it would have to be a few camera shops and then the rest of the time going to the bike shops and stuff. They're worth it. I mean, if you've got the money, because some of their stuff is, it's some money. Oh, Carson, what's up, man? Miss you. Hey, catch the outside. JCH, hey, what's up from Toronto? Hey, how you doing, man? I hope you're well. Toronto is another one of the places I want to go visit. Actually, people suggested to me that I should do, if I do the US tour for the book, I should go to like LA, San Francisco, Seattle, then skip over to New York and or Chicago and go and hit Toronto, because apparently there's like a, I mean, I know there's Downtown Camera there, and the people who are from Downtown Camera are lovely, absolutely lovely. Downtown Camera is fantastic. So I know that there's a really vibrant scene there. I'd love to go and see it. I'd love to go and talk to people about cameras and show my book off. That'd be rad. So, you know, if we can make it happen, we will. And if you want to make it happen, go and ask your local camera shop. Say, hey, you should totally get JCH to come here and talk about his book or something. Maybe they will. Voigtlander Best of 3 or Fuji GF670 for the compact medium format. There's a reason why I didn't suggest that. Pretty good reason. And that's because Fujifilm and Cosina Voigtlander no longer service that camera. And it is quite a complicated camera with a lot of technologically, well, I'd say advanced, but complicated bits in it. It's electronic bits in it. And if they break, currently there's no one to fix them. And, you know, you spend $3,000 and then you have a camera that you can't fix. It's not a good situation to be in, man. You know, I wouldn't want to be there. So, good day. Oh, it's Jaden. Hey, what's up, Jaden? If you don't know, Jaden's awesome. He's been on the site as well, so come and check his stuff out. Good day, mate. Merry Christmas to you and the family. Thank you very much. Currently in Perth. Oh, braving the shop, seeing family and shooting madness on my lovely 3G and Scimitar. Have a good one, mate. Perth. I was last in Perth 25 years ago when I was a backpacker. I'm showing my age now. And I was backpacking and I took the Indian Pacific. And I took the Indian Pacific from Sydney to Perth, which is, if you've done it, it's a journey. Yeah, that's for one thing. Back then, you could smoke on the train, and people would so there was people bringing bottles of Bundy rum, and there was people smoking on the train. There was a smoking car. There was a smoking wagon at the back. And one day the conductor comes in and goes, all right, who's been smoking billies on the train? And I was like, billies? What's billies? And turned it, somebody said, oh yeah, smoking bongs. Who's been smoking weed? And everybody was sitting there sheepishly like, Me, maybe, yeah, because everybody was a backpacker, so everybody was doing it. But yeah, Perth, it was beautiful. Absolutely, I couldn't imagine what it's like now. It must have changed so much. But yeah, hope you have a really great one, Jaden. I hope you really enjoy it. Have a good one with the family. Enjoy that lovely Aussie Christmas, which I miss so much. I was explaining it to my kids today that it's summertime now, and so you have a barbecue, you get your friends around, drink a bit of piss. It's great. Right, Christopher, got to run for dinner. Cheers, Bellamy. Have a nice dinner. Be safe, be good. Have a good Christmas, man. Have a good holidays. Look after yourself. Thanks. Roll-eye chrome. Oh, yeah, roll-eye chrome. That would be nice. Scobby-wan Kenobi. I like that. As someone who mainly shoots 50mm, but sometimes 35mm, is it worth spending an extra pounds? Haven't seen the pound symbol for a while. Spending the extra quids on a Leica M4 compared to the M3. Looking to buy my first Leica, not sure if it would be an M2, M3 or M4. If you only shoot 50mm, then the M3 is the way to go just because of the finder, which is perfect. And you can have the option of shooting 35mm on there if you're prepared to spend the money and get a pair of goggles like this. Ooh, that's on there good because there we go. This is Sumeron with the goggles, so you can put one of these on your M3. Interestingly, they call them Megane in Japan. Glasses, they call it the glasses Sumeron or the glasses Summicron. And then now I've got 35mm. Okay, but if you shoot 35mm more than not very often, then I would say go for the M2 over the M4. It's tough. I like the M4 very much. I'm a big fan of that camera, but I'd rather have an M2. So that would be the one for me. If you're going to spend the bucks, well, the quids, the spons, the pounds, go and get yourself an M2 and you won't regret it. I think it would be more versatile for you, and it would give you the very similar experience to the M3. So, yeah, let's see. Next up, Catch the Outside did a review of Street Pan on the Instagram. Loved it. Gonna miss those creamy, punchy, creamy tones. Punchy, creamy tones. That should be a t-shirt. The punchy, creamy tones. Yeah, every night, just before I go to sleep, I have ideas for t-shirts, and then I wake up and I've forgotten all of them, and they're all really fantastic, but well, that's life. Any chance you could help hunt down a set of Roland R1 and 2 Bay 2s for a clown like me? Hard to find, and hard to find for fair prices. That's the thing, because if I find it, I have to add my sourcing fee, and for something like that, it would actually make them quite expensive. Drop me a line, I can have a look, send me a mail, and I can see what's available. I'm always happy to look, and if I can find something, I can certainly let you know. Matthew Christopher Miller, big fan, you rule. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. You rule too. Yeah, straight up. No, you rule too, but I really appreciate that. Thank you. Those cameras are slept on, yeah. Gotta love the 6x9 negatives from my GSW 693. So, Chris. So this is a GW 690. I just sold a GSW 690 as well. This is the 2. I like the 2 because it's the Texas Leica. Yeehaw. So yeah, but the negatives are, Chris, those Fujinon lenses are nuts. So hey Plem, what's up, man? How you doing? I hope you're well. How you doing? I'm currently studying, got a bunch of films, saw the SFB, visited. Yeah, I hope it was fun. So yeah, actually interesting. I had my lovely friends from Sweet Film Bar. They just popped by day before yesterday, and they bought me, I haven't got it here with me, but they bought me a lovely elephant shirt. And they bought me some Thai snacks. And these are snacks that I can eat. Yay! Because they're gluten-free and I love it. I'm so happy. Thank you so much to Sweet Film Bar. If you are going to Thailand, if you are going to Bangkok, you make sure you go to Sweet Film Bar. Absolutely make sure you go there. You will not regret it. I'll drop a thing about them in the comments later on. So, yeah, let's see. Was this meant to? This was meant to. Does the film Who Shall Not Be Named have a CEO? They should just come to America. You know, that handles itself. You can't be saying things like that. Oh my God, please don't get into trouble. Yeah, of course they do. Unless they decide to make it up to it. I don't think we're going to sit in the back of an Escort and Pash for a while. That's not going to be happening. I don't think they like me very much anymore. Let's see. Good morning from Malaysia. What's up, Malaysia? Best food ever. Love that place. Haven't been back for ages. Would love to come back again. Really good food. I wonder what the film scene's like there. It must be pretty cool. Hey, from Santa Barbara. Love Santa Barbara. Really fond memories of that place. Gorgeous. Just lovely place to be. You're lucky. What's up? I hope you're well. I hope you're very well. Can't hear you. There is audio. There isn't audio. There should be audio. There definitely should be audio. Hold on. Let me just check. Yeah, that's live. Yeah. Hello. 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 Yeah, it should be playing audio. It should be working. Some people say they can't get audio. I'm guessing it's probably going to be on their end because, yeah, I can get audio. Marcus Hesme, price for a Kodak film is increasing too. Of course it is. Everything's increasing and it's only going to keep on increasing. That's the way it goes. Corporate greed and massive mismanagement by governments and all sorts of things. But also we're talking about products which have, you know, raw materials which are quite expensive and they're only going to continue to get more expensive, unfortunately. So, yeah, I can't see Kodak film getting like loads cheaper anytime soon. I mean, it would be fine if people got paid more, but then we're going to start getting into politics and all of this territory, and it's not worth it because, you know, that's when people start getting at each other's throats and disliking each other because nobody seems to know how to have polite discourse anymore. You can have a discussion and you can have a disagreement without actually not liking each other. You can agree to disagree. Now, these are things that humans are capable of. It doesn't have to be black and white, you know, although film should be. But so every day, make it to Los Angeles, I will have a pint. Yeah, if you make it to Los Angeles, I'll have a pint waiting for you. That would be great. A pint of something by Stone would be smashing. While I was here, I completely forgot. But I got this while I was in Thailand from another person in Thailand. Bugger. And this was made for me by Papagore. Papagore camera film. A lovely store. And he does these gorgeous, gorgeous picture adverts. I'm going to have that framed at some point. It's really easy to mark up though, so I don't want to damage it too much, but that was such a lovely gesture from him. So thank you so much, Papagore. And yeah, I believe he's in Pattaya. So if you find yourself in Pattaya and you're not looking for that sort of thing, go and check out his camera store because I believe he has a store there. So let's see. I heard Japan is overcrowded with tourists. Do you think next year is still good to visit Japan? Yes, next year will still be good to visit Japan. Yes, it is overcrowded with tourists. It's absolutely mental. It's the biggest year ever. Next year will be even bigger. I don't see it that much because I don't go to the tourist areas. I stick around my area and we don't see that many tourists around here because it's not on the well-trodden path. Though you are seeing now that there are more tourists looking for the less trodden path. Yes, of course, there's going to be the people who just want to go and see Asakusa and the Golden Poo and the, you know, and the Sky Tree and all of that nonsense. But there are people who actually want to go and have a more authentic Japan experience. And you're seeing tours now which are taking people out to Tohoku and Tochigi and you know, Aichi and all of these sort of Aomori and all of these sort of places, which is cool. I think that should be done. I considered doing photo tours at some point, you know, so maybe that will happen in the future. Yeah, it's still a good time to come. Japan's still here, it's still gorgeous, and people's currency is still super strong, so you can go shopping like crazy. Yeah, Yeah, matures.co. Just moved to Tokyo, having trouble finding a lab that develops ECN2 film. Any suggestions? I have got some real bad news for you. There is nowhere that does ECN2 in Tokyo, in Japan. There isn't anywhere. I've tried. I gave up. I searched everywhere. I spoke to specialist labs and they said they won't do it. And it's because of a lack of chemicals. You can only have ECN2 done as actual movie film, and they do it by the meter, you know, and I think it's like 100 or like minimum of like 10 meters or 20 meters or something like that, because it's for movie studios. So your best option is going to be sending it to either Hong Kong or Thailand. And actually, finally, Sweet Film Bar do ECN2. They did it for me same day. Came out fantastic. So you can always send stuff to Sweet Film Bar in Thailand. Yes, there's places overseas that will do it. Unfortunately, nothing here. Yeah, so let's see. I'm based in Ota, Tokyo. Just moved here for work, but used to send my film to a lab in Kentucky. Yeah. Now that I live in Japan, not sure I can justify sending film out of country. You're going to have to. There is literally no options. You are going to have to send film out of country, unfortunately. It kind of sucks. Try Maki Maki Film in Shinjuku. They do see it. They do, really. Maki Maki. I'll have to have a look, because until recently, nowhere was doing it. I tried Prism. I tried Ozawa. I tried Ueno Photo, National. Yeah, none of them touch it. Horiuchi Color wouldn't touch it. In the end, I took rolls with me when I went to Thailand to have it done. So, moing moing. Favorite high-end film compact. Cheers from Sweden. Tough one. I don't really have a favorite anymore because I don't use them anymore. The T2 is still an all-time favorite. Got this in the other day, which still trying to work out what to do with. This is the Contax T. Absolutely lovely camera. Beautiful design. This was designed by the design team from Porsche. So, you know, very, very, very cool piece of design. I love it. But this one's got a bit of a funky meter, so we have to try and figure out what to do with this. But still, very cool camera. And talk about compact. I mean, look at the size of it. It's tiny. So, yeah. But the Contax T2 probably. Yes. So, catch here on the outside. Yes, Toronto is huge on film. Cool. I want to be there then. Thanks. Yeah. I'm going to have to try Maki Maki. I didn't even know about Maki Maki. I'm going to have to try and check them out for ECN2. But Toronto has Flick Film making color C41 films like 800 ISO. Yeah. I know of Flick Film. Yeah, I've heard of them. So, let's see. They're not actually making films, though. They're it's a bit different. They're packaging films. They're not making films. That's a different thing. So, interestingly, while I'm here, I got this the other day. This is very cool. This is the Schneider Kruznak Componon S 52.8, and it's on an M mount. Yeah, a company in Japan has been retrofitting these to M mount, and I managed to get hold of one before they sold out. They sold out really, really quickly. Managed to get hold of one of these, so I'm gonna sort of check it out. But I think I'll have this on the site for sale. Very interesting lens. You guys will have to come and check it out. Greetings from the city of film never die. I love that city. I've been there a few times. Absolutely love that city. Just a shame that it's got a stain on it. Speaking of t-shirts, I think it's so cool you've made your children's arts into shirt. Yes, by the way, my daughter did a drawing of cameras and animals, which I really liked. So turned it into a shirt, and you can go and get it on the Fourth Wall t-shirt site now. So go and check that out. Like a MA or M4P. That's a tough one. For build quality, and just general in terms of how it feels, the M4P, right? But in terms of finder, the MA, because the MA's got a less cluttered finder and it's got the modern coated finder, so it's got that nice finder on it. But the M4P has that older Leica feel to it that I really enjoy. So difficult one. I mean, the MA is more expensive than the M4P by quite a margin, so it's up to what you've got the money for. So to be honest, I prefer M2 with goggles because I wear glasses and can't see the frame lines fully, unfortunately. Trying to hunt for a Summicron 35 8-element goggles to put on my M2. They're really expensive, man. The 8 elements. Yeah, you're going to have to sell something. Like, I don't know, portion of your liver or something. Yeah, really expensive. But the M2, yes, I agree. I concur completely. It's a fantastic camera. So much fun. I shoot an M3 with glasses and I know the pain. Look, I've got glasses and I shoot Leicas with glasses and it is a pain, especially because I bought myself, I ended up, you know, I had crappy glasses for years, and when I had kids, they would break glasses, so I didn't, and once they got bigger, I bought myself some nice glasses, and I splashed out, and I went for some Nikon glass. I had Nikon glass. And I completely forgot that I shoot Leica cameras, and Leica cameras, most of them, have metal around the bloody eyepiece. And within the first month, I managed to scratch my Nikon lenses. So yeah, just be aware of that if you're shooting with glasses. I've never been to Japan. Mike's taking pictures. I've never been to Japan, but I would for a photo tour. Yeah, man, come. I'm gonna start trying to arrange things, but yeah, it would be totally. It's something I would really, really like to do, and I would like to do it with not just by myself, but to have maybe another photographer or two, because I'm the gear guy. I'm not the photo guy. So have another proper photographer, you know, come along so we can work together and teach technique or something. That would be really cool. Yeah, definitely something I'm going to look at arranging. So. Thailand usually does ECN2, really common here because the film is cheap. Yes, it is a cheap film, and that's why it is popular. And Sweet Film Bar had it done for me great. You know, and the results, I love them. So, Nasir, good to see you, man. Hey, good to be back, New York in the house. Hope you're well. Hope you're safe. Hope you're having a great holidays as they're coming up. Yashica T4 Super thoughts. Looking for a point and shoot budget 800. Lovely camera. Let's see. Really, really great camera. I've got one here. Oh no, this is the T Slim, but it's broken. It's broked. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't. Yeah. I'm a bit sad about that. Yes, Yashica, brilliant. Really, really nice lens on it. Like it's stuck halfway. Bloody bugger. Oh, come on, man. Just close. Go on, just for me. Okay, thank you. You have to sweet talk your cameras sometimes. So, yeah, I love the lenses on them. Zeiss lenses. They are plasticky. They are overpriced, realistically, but very, very, very nice cameras. Any date of coming to New York with books? No date so far. Still looking into it. We've got to figure out when would be a good time. But it'll be around March, April time, probably, I guess, you know. But you can still read my book before you get it. I'll sign it for you when I come. Speaking of books, while I'm here, I got sent this. Now, a few years ago, this book came out. This book, Analog Photography, Reference Manual for Shooting Film by Vetro. And it's a lovely, lovely book. Beautiful, very, very insightful on how to shoot film, giving you explanations on what parallax is and how rangefinders work, and vignetting, what it is, and guide numbers, and how to run meter free and LV tables. Fantastic book. This book's been around for a while, and you should totally get a copy. It is worth it. It is really worth it. It's a great reference. And even Florian Capps like this book. So Yeah. This is a lovely book, and I would definitely recommend anybody getting it. But the reason I mention it is because they've just released something else. They've set out a new notebook, the Analog Photography Notebook. And there's actually, in one pack, you get 2 notebooks and 48 pages, and it's got all of the note sections you need for when you're taking film, taking photos with film, so you can write down the details of what you shot, the shutter speed, the f-stop, all of these notes, and fantastic little thing. I recommend heartily go and get yourself one from Vetro. I'll put a link in the YouTube and all of that sort of thing. Thank you very much for Vetro for sending that to me. Very exciting, very nice stuff. Beautifully made, and it complements the book that they put out. Very, very nice. And it's now given me the idea that maybe I should have a Film Camera Zen notebook. You know, hey, Chronicle guys, you want to make one of these? Yeah. So, is the Contax G1, G2 worth buying today, considering electronics? No, not really. I don't think so. I don't sell them. So, there's that. That should probably tell you fairly, well, how I feel. I do not think they're worth the money. I think the electronics are inherently fragile. I don't want to sell those cameras. I don't feel confident in selling those cameras, and I want to feel confident that a customer will be happy with the item that they get from me. I feel like I know that that's a really important aspect of it, and to not be confident in a product you're selling is not good. So I won't sell them. I saw those ones that came out with Kith, repainted ones, and yeah, I mean, they're for show. Nobody's actually going to use one. That's going to be sitting on a shelf next to a pair of sneakers that's going to rot, and then the camera's going to end up dead. So, silly, pointless. But yeah, I would go for a different camera. Yeah, which is a shame because the lenses on the G system are nuts. They are so good. Complement your Nikon glasses with a nice HP viewfinder. I don't have an HP at the moment, and it makes me a little bit sad. I want an HP. Oh, I've got a Nikon F, but it's not the same. It's not the same, is it? So I have to get myself. A decent HP at some point. But because actually, I love rangefinders. I love my Leica. I do genuinely love my Leica camera, and I love shooting with it. But my true love, my real, true, original love was Nikon SLRs, and I still love them now. And for me, this is where it's at. I mean, don't get me wrong. My MP6 is a wonderful camera. Love it. I love using it. But this is something else. This is something else. I love this thing. And an F3, color me happy. Give me an F3 and let me wander around. I am as happy as a dog with 2 dicks, There you go. So, let's see. I'm on my last roll of Street Pound. I'm sorry. Any suggestions of what I could shoot with my last 36 frames? Oh, crap, man. Couple of self-portraits. Friends and good times. Yeah. Good memories. Friends and good times. It's Christmas time, right? You've got friends and family. Get some of that. Something really memorable. Yeah, put it on film. Yeah. Taku 89923. F3 is good or bad? It's good. It's very good. It's very, very good. It's wonderful. In fact, it's my favorite camera. It's my favorite camera. The Nikon F3 is my favorite camera, and I absolutely love it. And I would say to anybody, get one. If you haven't got one, go and get one right now. Have one, own one, enjoy one. They're inexpensive. They are bulletproof. They will last forever. The bearings are rated for like 1 million shutter actuations, and you try doing that on an F3. Just a great camera, an absolutely fantastic camera. So Yeah, go and get an F3 right now. In fact, go and get one from me. I've got like 3 of them on my website right now, so come and get one. Best street photography camera with a light meter, but otherwise all mechanical. F3. Or a Nikon FM2. Yeah, an FM2. Or, let's see. Let's have a look. Ooh. F3. F8, no. FM2, yeah. Nikon FM2. Yeah, something like that. Or even an FM. Brilliant cameras. Great for street photography. Does everything you need to do. Thoughts on a Leica Flex? I like them. I like them very much. I don't like that they're really hard to repair. I love the lenses. Great cameras. Didn't do well enough to, you know, they came at the wrong time. Historically, it was just the wrong time for Leica to release a camera like that. It didn't work. It wasn't technologically as advanced or capable as the Canons and the Nikons of the time, and it was way more expensive than them. So the Leica Flexes and those Leica SLRs, they nearly, the R cameras, they nearly bankrupted Leica. Yeah, which is the reason why you ended up getting the M42 and the M4P, because they couldn't afford to make the other cameras anymore. So there you go. Daniel Duarte, impressed that your book is getting to me in the US in 2 days. Wow, it takes my holiday card 12 days to get to my mum, like 12 miles away. Wow, cool, thanks for ordering. I hope you really enjoy it, and I'm glad it's going to get there just before Christmas. So already Merry Christmas, etc. from snowy Edmonton. Oh my goodness, just shooting in -20 Celsius. Shot by good time exposure. I've shot in -20 Celsius. I did that in Siberia in Russia. And I have to say, it was really, 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 really difficult. The camera froze. The camera stopped working. The batteries immediately froze up. Yeah, it was just not worth it. So, yeah, there you go. I mean, it was worth it. I mean, I got some incredible interviews. But even then, you couldn't actually stay out in the cold for more than like 10, 15 minutes before they said your nose will actually freeze off your face. So there was that too, you know. That was a long time ago. That was before all of this current state of affairs, back when you could actually go to Russia and Siberia. And if I could, I'd go back again, because it was a beautiful place filled with extremely friendly, kind people. So there you go. How's the Rolleiflex 3.5F? A great camera. A great camera. Don't have one here. I have one for sale on the site, but it's not here because I'm selling it for somebody else. But the Rolleiflex 3.5 and the 2.8, the Zenitars, Planars, legendary cameras, brilliant. Do everything you could possibly want them to do. So Horizon plastic cam, good for flow freezing. Really? I did not know that. Yeah. Just jump in and out of the car with a ZF. I didn't have a car. I was a guest. I was a state guest. Hold on a second. I was a state guest, and well, not state guest, but a guest of a state-owned company, and I was there to take pictures. So we were driven around, and I wasn't able to just hop in and hop out of cars, unfortunately. I did manage to convince them to take me to a train museum that was there, and I got to see all of these old Soviet locomotives, and I got to take pictures. But again, my battery froze up in my camera within like 15 minutes, so had to go back and put it in the car, keep it in my jacket, and then it warmed up again, started working, and then hopped out again. So anyway, yes, so that's about it. Time's pretty much up because I've got to get on with stuff. Have you ever heard of the Leica Saber stock? Yeah, you mean the gun stock? I think so. I'm not sure. You mean the hand grip stock? Yes, I've never seen one in person. I've only heard of them. So yeah, but I've got a dash. I've got stuff to do. People need to get their Christmas stuff, and I need to ship it out to them. If you haven't got anything from me for Christmas yet, come and get something. Check out the merch. I will share the links. This is going to go onto YouTube, so all the links will be on there, and I'll share it again with you. sign up to my newsletter, check out the Verto book, go and get a copy of my book. Thanks to Sweet Film Bar, thanks to all of the people that have been awesome this year and every year. Thanks for doing JCH and keeping me going. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a fantastic holidays. Take care, love to you all, and keep on shooting film. Take care. Bye.